Hey guys, welcome back to the channel once again. So as you know, we were continuing with our Python Pandas series. We have already covered 2 to 3 videos for the preparation of interviews along with some coding knowledge. Now we'll be seeing the most important thing in Python Pandas that we do during the EDA. EDA is basically the exploratory data analysis. So when we are given a particular data set, we need to analyze it, and based on the analyze, we need to find some insights and present to our client or to our stakeholders. So I have created a dummy data set, as you can see. So this is what the data set is all about. And in the data set, we have first imported the libraries as pandas and numpy, and we have created a small data set as name, age, city, and salary. So as you can clearly see, there are some values which are being given: none, np.nan, none, and none. So basically, these are the missing values or the values which are not present in the data set. Once we have created the data frame for it and run it, you can see that for the city column, it is showing none, and for the name column also there is a none value, and similarly for all the columns there is some null values or any values. So while doing the analysis, we cannot proceed with the null values. We have to deal with it. Either we need to drop it, or we need to convert the non-null values to some other values, or we can interpolate it, or whatever, based on the situation and the demand of our client. So let's understand how we can actually create this particular scenario, and based on that we can like deal with these null values. Okay, let's first detect the null values first. As you can see clearly that we can, from our bare eyes, we can see the null values, but in general, but in the real world, we will be providing with a large number of data where we cannot detect manually where are the null values present. So let's write the code first. Let's first detect the null values. So detect null values. Okay, so for detecting the null values, let's first print and give a proper naming. Detecting the null values, and let's print df dot is null. Let's print it. So yeah, as you can see, wherever it is showing true, it is actually giving that in that particular place the null values are actually present. False instance, there are some certain values. True means there is some values which are not present in that particular place. Okay, let's now count the number of values, the null values. Count the number of null values. Okay, so df dot is null function dot, we need to use the sum. Once we run it, we can see for every column name, age, city, and salary, there is one values which are null values. And from these data set also we can see for all the columns starting from name to salary, there is only one null values in every data set. Sorry, in every column. Now let's try to analyze how we can deal with these single null values. Okay, so we'll see methods to handle null values. Okay, so the first method is, let's first drop the rows with any missing values. So drop rows with any missing values. So df underscore drop na underscore any instance if there is any missing value. So we can write df dot drop na. And if we just simply run it, and if we can print it, so we can see these are the values which are having the drop values. So we have successfully dropped these values, And now let's again print. Now let's go for the second method. Drop the rows with missing values in specific columns. We need to specifically value the columns, specific columns. So let's give it an alias df underscore drop in a subset. So this is basically the variable name that I am suggesting. You can give it any name that as per your choice. So df dot drop in a, and inside the braces you need to put subset is equal to, first is name, the column name, and the age. And if we simply print it, df underscore drop underscore subset, this one. So we see that only for name and age, whatever the values has been there, they are in the missing, it has been dropped. Okay, so now let's see another technique. Now we'll be simply dropping the columns with any missing values. So df underscore, let's give a proper naming convention. Df underscore calls means column, is equal to df dot drop na, and here you need to specify the axis. Axis is equal to 1, means column wise. Now let's print it this, control C and control V, and yeah, since every column has actually one missing value, that's why it deleted the whole data set. Okay, so now let's see another different techniques. Technique number 4 is to fill the missing values. Instead of dropping the missing value, we'll be filling the missing values, filling the missing numeric values with the mean. Mean is basically the average. I'm stating this, and let's do it. So let's give a proper alias name, sorry, proper variable name, df underscore fill underscore mean. This is equal to df dot copy. We'll first create a copy of the dataset that we have, the original dataset. Then we will do df underscore fill dot mean of which column we need. We need the age column because age is the numeric column, is equal to df underscore fill underscore mean of age, that age column, dot fill na. Of fill na is basically the function of Python in which we want to fill the values. We need to fill na, the df underscore of this, control C, and we need to specify inside the braces also, dot mean. Okay, so let's print it to see if we are getting the right value, or else we can print it in the last also. Similarly, we have another numeric column, that is df underscore fill underscore mean of the salary column. Salary is equal to df underscore mean of salary, control C, control V, dot fill na, and inside the braces you need to specify that salary dot mean. Okay, so now let's print it first. Print. Okay, we can directly run it. Df underscore fill dot mean. Let's run it here, and let's see what we are getting. Okay, so as you can clearly see, for the age column, the missing values was somewhere between, for David, I guess. So it has So sorry, it was for Charlie. So it has created a mean value. Mean is basically 25 plus 30 plus this 0 plus 35 plus 40 divided by 5 number of people. Whatever the values it got, it gave the mean value here. And similarly for the salary column also, it gave the mean value. Since it was for the age and salary which were both numeric, that's why we did for the mean value. But the same thing we cannot apply on city and name column because these are categorical values and not numerical values, and it will give throw us an error. Okay, now let's jump to some different kinds of missing values. It was of technique 4. Let's go to technique 5, and here we'll fill the missing values with a constant. A constant. So df underscore fill underscore constant, that is we have specified this as our variable name, is equal to df dot fill na function, and inside the fill na let's write unknown, and this is what we will need to print it. And let's print the dataset. Control C, then Control V, and so now since we have already written unknown, so wherever we have got the na values, instead of the na it will be written an unknown, and here also unknown, here also unknown, and similarly here in the last for the salary column also. So yeah, this is how we have filled with the constant, and instead of the constant you can specify anything as your wish. So let's jump to another technique, and the sixth technique is filling the values with the forward fill. Filling the missing values with forward fill. Forward fill is basically also called as F fill. Okay, so df underscore f fill is equal to df dot fill na, and inside the braces we need to specify the method. Method is basically this f fill, fill, then df underscore ffil, and if we'll just simply print it, then I will show you what is actually giving here. So as you can see, eh, when we are using the unknown column with the constant, it is showing unknown. See, for fourth cell it is saying unknown, but here for the fourth cell it is showing David. So forward fill, what it basically does is before the value, before that whatever the value is there in the form of a column, that particular value will be given in this. Similarly, if we see after 30 it was written unknown here, and if we see here after 30 it is written 30 only because it is showing the forward fill, and similarly for the city and the salary column. And now let's go to the seventh one, and I guess if you can already have guessed like what we're doing. So filling the missing values with backward fill. You have already guessed it like what it will be doing, so we can just simply copy this code, Control C, Control V, and instead of this forward fill we'll be using b fill. Method will be b, and similarly here also, and now let's print it. So in the backward fill, the values which are present before it, that value will be printed on it. So instead of this David, this none will be printed because before that no value is present in that. That's why it is showing none. And if we can see, it is showing unknown for the third one salary. If we can, for third one it is showing 90,000 because 90,000 is the value that is present in this, the backward fill. So I hope you have understood what is forward fill and backward fill. It is not that difficult. Okay, now let's use the interpolation method. Interpolate the missing values. Now let's df underscore interpolate is equal to df dot copy. I'm creating a copy of the main data set, and we will be interpolating the age and the salary because these are the numeric values on which we'll be doing. So df underscore interpolate of each column, which is the numeric, is equal to df. We can simply copy it from here. I know the video is quite going long, but it is very necessary. These techniques are very much essential. Dot interpolate function. Make sure you write the proper spelling. And similarly, you just copy it whole. Control C, Control V, and instead of this age, write the salary column. Salary dot interpolate. Okay, let's print it. Df interpolate. Control C, Control V. So yeah, we have successfully deal with the null values for the age and the salary column, because we cannot deal with the interpolate function with the categorical values, which are the name and the city. For name and city, we need to go for the mode operation. So mode is basically the value which is being used most number of times, and that is being used mostly for the categorical values. So yeah, this is for today, and I think we can use some custom logic also. Let's do that also. I think that is also very important. It is the step 9, method 9. Replace the missing values using custom logic. So whatever the logic that we as a data analyst or a data business analyst will use, that particular thing we'll be using. So let's create a variable as df underscore replace underscore logic is equal to df dot copy. We are creating a copy of the main data set. We will not be dealing with the main data set in case we have made some error. That's why we are making a separate copy of that. And let's say df underscore replace underscore logic of each column is equal to this control C control V dot fill na function of, let's say we are replacing with 30. It's a value that we are assigning from our end. So it's a specific value that we are giving. And similarly for the city column, that is a numeric value. The same thing we can do it. Okay, control C and control V. City is equal to df dot replace of city dot fill na. For which city we want to fill? Let's say we do not want any city, so no city. Okay, let's run it. Yes, so yeah, we have got the for the age and city. For age, I think we have specified 30, and for the city we have specified no city. So that's why in the place of none it is showing no city. So yeah, this is how you can actually deal with the missing values. There are also different techniques of missing values, but these are the most common techniques which we use in general to perform EDA, that is exploratory data analysis. So yeah, I think the video was quite a long video, but it was necessary for you all to understand how to handle the missing values before jumping to make any analysis. So yeah, this is what for today. I will come up with more such videos in the near future. Till then, keep loving, keep coding, keep subscribing the channel, and share this video with someone who actually need it. And comment your views and whatever you think your point of view is all about for this video. I will definitely going to improve on that. And yeah, till then, thank you guys.